Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bat Merch Reviews channel now, or Bat Reviews. I can't remember, I keep changing the name of this thing. But anyway, today we're playing a weird version of Ketchup and also conquering some stuff I finally want to get done. Because I want 2025 to be the year where I finish up my stuff. So this one's going to be like my past album reviews such as The Gentleman and Bo Burnham. Except we're actually going to be doing 3 EPs, or technically 4 EPs, but 2 of them are from the same artist, so I'm going to lump them into one category. But yeah, we are going to be looking at the EPs done by James and the Shay, aka Rhett McLaughlin from Good Mythical Morning, the Gentleman's EP that I believe they released in 2023 or early 2024, and then Brick by Cask, aka Papa Me, aka Meekin. And I want to make these all into their own separate videos, but I feel like it would have just been easier for my sake and also for viewers' sake to just clump these all together in one big one. So sort of going through them like sections. Instead of going through every single song, I will talk about the EP as a whole. I'll probably mention my favorite songs from the EPs, but not go into excruciating detail like the others. If you guys want me to expand more upon them, or when the album comes out to do a full album review, that's something else. You know, I'll gladly do that. Also, I don't want to mess with any fucking copyright shit, and also I can say fuck because I'm pretty sure I'm a minute into this, like a minute 40 into this recording. So all the music you're gonna hear in the background is just gonna be from my boy, The Ugly People Show. Go subscribe to him. He's a cool dude. He streams a lot. Go catch his streams. Go do that. He actually has more subscribers than me now. So yeah, goddamn. Anyway, let's get on to our first one. The first EP I wanted to talk about was one of the more recent ones, that being Nothing Left to Love. And I mean more recent as in 2023. I meant to talk about specifically James and the Shay, aka Rhett McLaughlin's band before this year. That was meant to be a whole thing. I was going to order merchandise for it. And if you guys want to see merchandise from any of the projects I'm talking about, just let me know. I don't mind reviewing them. It's just more want to get community involved in that stuff. Tell me if you want to see that. But the first ever album he created was Human Overboard. And I love that album. We'll talk about it later on in here. But the EP, Nothing Left to Love, I want to talk about that one specifically before it. Not only because the listing order I have in this is the newest first, but also it's how I can get the freshest thoughts out. Because I've known of Human Overboard for quite some time. Nothing Left to Love, I solely listened to for this video. And I'm thoroughly glad I did. Now, I will say, there wasn't a lot of songs that specifically stuck out to me, such as Human Overboard, but this is just an EP. I will say the cover art for this EP is very nice. I would love to own this on vinyl or a cassette. Preferably cassettes, because they're cheaper and smaller, and I can have them on my desk. The song that particularly stuck out to me was Small Man, which is Rhett talking about his interactions with his grandfather. And I was just sort of playing my game, because I'm playing Mortal Kombat 1 while I'm listening to these. Not listening to Mortal Kombat, I'm just listening to the song while just playing my game. Stop midway during a match to really process what he was talking about with this one, and I fucking texted my grandma after listening to the song. It really hit. Another one I specifically enjoyed was I Think I'm Supposed to Like This, which came out as a single, I believe. I think it has Link on the single cover, but I enjoyed that one too. But definitely Small Man was the heavy hitter to me. And also I enjoyed the song Heavy, which is also on here. You know, a little joke in there. I would say for all of these, give them a listen. But this one particularly, if you enjoy folk or country music and you don't like how every country song nowadays is just the standard country crap, which I'm from the middle of America. I love country music. I'd give this a listen, most definitely. I might just get the vinyl of this. It looks pretty. Looks pretty. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So for this next one, it's not an EP, but it was one that I've been trying to make a video about for quite some time. But I just never found the proper timing for it. Whenever I went to record it, I would just not be able to come with a proper train of thought. And similar things happening right now, but I'm just gonna finally get it out. So our next music related thing I want to talk about is Human Overboard, once again by James and the Shame. A major facet of this album that I love is the theming around it. Not only is it talking about, Rhett talking about his life, his family and stuff, but 2 of the songs, I think one is dedicated to his wife and his other to his kids, which both really beautiful songs. I don't know if he's agnostic or an atheist or anything like that, but he sort of delves into, how do I say this in the proper way? The hypocrisy of it, or sort of his thoughts on the religion he was risen up from, from childhood and all that stuff. And I relate to a lot of it because I've had similar thoughts to that. I grew up Irish Catholic, and I had similar queries about that. I had similar thoughts pertaining to that. So this album particularly hit me pretty hard. And also a lot of just straight up bangers and stuff. The only song, and by the way, this isn't a huge thing for me. The only song I really didn't mess with entirely is Kill a Man, and that's because the opening of it, I think the music is too high up auditorial wise from the vocals. like it's very muffled at the beginning. I don't know, maybe it's like the recording wasn't proper or whatever, but that immediately sort of threw me for a loop. It's not a bad song at all. It's just, it's hard to get over that hump for me, that hurdle. But yeah, Believe Me, solid song. Flash of Rationality, Give a Damn, truly a good one. I think my favorite would either have to be In the Vein or Fruit. Either one of those. Go check out all those music videos. It's really good. I think Give a Damn is personally my favorite. That's just because I love the animation in that one. I think it's really nicely animated and all that good stuff. This one I want to get like the full album for, you know, hang it up somewhere, because album artwork, I prefer Human Overboard's album artwork to the EP artwork of Nothing Left to Love. I would get both of them in a heartbeat. I'm not even joking. Both good shit. But let's move on to something, let's just say, drastically different than these two albums. So the next EP is the main reason I wanted to make this video, and specifically the way I made this video. To give a bit of context, the hardest part about editing videos isn't even the visuals, it's just the audio. I gotta take out every single time I stop talking. I gotta take out every time I deeply breathe into the mic because I'm a big dude and it sounds weird. And I had recorded the audio of me talking about Brick by Brick, which is an EP done by Cask, aka Meat Cannon, aka Hunter Hancock, aka Papa Meat. I recorded that when I was sick and tired, and just dealing with that audio was just horrendous. I did in the original way, the way I did the Bo Burnham and the Gentleman video, and it just wasn't working out, in my opinion. It was just not working out. So then I decided, hey, let me just redo all of this. And I did. So, getting into Brick by Cask, it's a 5-song EP, and I will say I did enjoy every single song to an extent. Only one song I didn't really like was Moonstruck Curse. I think it was just such a weird drift off from the other 4 songs. And if I had to say, like, if I had to rank them off of just personal enjoyment, it would probably be 3, Graveyard Lover, No Name Man, Brick by Brick, and Moonstruck Curse. Overall, I think it's a solid EP, and a lot of the artwork for the single covers are really nice. The only one I wouldn't be able to hang up is Graveyard Lover, because there's not exposed titties, but if people were to come in my room, they would assume some strange things about me. They'd assume some strange things. Overall, I think the album should have gone towards the vibe of 3, which 3 sort of reads as like, and I'm very inexperienced when it comes to like rock and death metal and stuff. I'm just a country boy and also a dude who likes rap a lot. I feel like it should lean more towards the vibe of 3 than any of the other ones. I don't mind the other ones. It's just, that's the sort of vibe I got. Definitely 3. But yeah, I recommend, you know, giving it a list through. Every single one of these, I recommend a list through. But this one I've listened to quite a few times, and I can confidently say No Name Man and Graveyard Lover are in my likes. 3 in Brick by Brick might need to work their way up. And I know I said I like 3 the most on this one, but it's not like something I can easily just toss on whenever. Or like maybe I need to get used to it a bit more, or find like a proper place to chuck it into. Another weird thing I noticed about Moonstruck Curse, this is just something I noticed while I'm looking at it right now. The last 10 seconds of it are just silence, and I just don't know why. I just noticed that. So yeah. Anyway, on to the final one. The final EP we will be discussing for this video is the Gentleman EP, I guess. Yeah, there's no name. It's just called the Gentleman EP, which is kind of weird because that's also the name of the band, aka the Gentleman, with Soul Slate and Charles White, aka Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero. Now, as long subscribers would know, I made a video talking about the Evolution of Tears album and also all the songs prior to that. You know, 2019 Guy, Obsession, Real to Me, Skynut, 2004 Breakup, all the good ones and shit. All fucking solid shit. And on that video, I said, I think I put my favorite overall song as either 2004 Breakup or Perfect Oblivion, which both I have on just like regular ass playlists to me. Like those shits are fucking peak. They are peak on God. So I was a bit curious into the official Gentleman 5-song EP that was released in 2023. I think I also wanted to do a video on this. And I might have even bought this on Bandcamp, but I haven't opened Bandcamp for like a year because I downloaded Spotify. Now they're on Spotify, so there's that. I would say this is a solid EP. I could still feel their original roots and vibes from their Evolution of Tears album. That's still very present in this one. A highlight was definitely the song Enemy, where they also got in a person by the name of Andy Zekrez. It's not Seacrest, Zekrez, who he also has a Spotify, which has like a similar amount of like monthly listeners to the Gentleman. Overall, solid one. Enemy and Ghost stick out to me the most, I would say. There's also Filthy, which was that weird, like, what do we call that? Fucking EDM rap thing he did. I also took a listen to that. It wasn't part of it, but you know, it was a joke thing. They were apparently trying to say the grossest shit possible, and it, you know, it fucking worked. But yeah, I would say I think Enemy is definitely a top 5 if we are talking overall gentleman songs. Also in that top 5 is probably Skynet, Perfect Oblivion, I Am the Truth, and 2004 Breakup. So yeah, by the way, if y'all want me to do another video doing another re-ranking, I would not mind. I wouldn't mind. Anyway, let us get to the conclusion of this little story I've brought you across. Is this a story? No, it isn't. It's just a fucking video. Let's get to the ending. I don't know why I keep adding conclusions. I feel like I also keep saying I don't know why I like adding conclusions, but I think they cap off the video in a nice way. It's just me ending abruptly. Yeah, this year I sort of just want to do all the videos I've been meaning to do and stuff, like a few movie reviews I need to get out there, and a few content specifically pertaining to my other interests besides YouTube, like Batman or Life is Strange, because they did just release a game, and a new game that's also in the same vein. It's like a fucking Tell Me Why situation, where it's literally same developers, same vibe, probably gonna have similar game mechanics, but different story entirely, which I will be talking about that in its own video very soon. But yeah, this was just something I want to get through. I enjoy looking at YouTuber music, and I recommend all y'all, if you're interested by any of this, go check them out. A lot of them are EPs, so they're really short. They're only about 5 songs, about 20 minutes each. But yeah, go check out the other music-related videos. I think the only other ones I can think of right now are the 2 Gentleman videos. You only really need to watch the most recent Gentleman video, and then there's the Bo Burnham one. I think I like the editing on both because I feel like I did something cinematic, and I want to say I did something involving a vinyl record, which I do have the Evolution of Tears on vinyl, and I have listened to it on vinyl. It isn't just me glazing, I promise. I don't even watch Moist Critical that much. Still sub to him though, and he has some decent. Anyway, if there's any musicians on YouTube you want me to check out and do a video on, that's all good. If you want to say I'm really bad at music reviews, tell me down below. Hopefully I remember to edit a picture of Anthony Fantano over my face, because the original joke was gonna be Anthony Fantano, but I hate re-recording shit. So if it hasn't shown up before, it's showing up now, motherfuckers. If you guys could tell me in the comments if you guys prefer when I use just random gameplay footage. I try to just do stuff relating to it, but sometimes it gets difficult, especially when we're talking about movies or TV shows and stuff. That was a major problem I had with the Peacemaker video that I'm pretty sure no one ever saw. I'm pretty sure it got like 10 views, but I had to keep editing it. And that was also a major reason why the Thanksgiving video looked so weird, is I didn't want to mess with the trailer footage for the Thanksgiving video. So I used the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I had even more of a problem with the Charlie Brown footage because they kept copyright claiming the video. I know I don't make money, but I like to prevent problems before they start. But anyway, y'all have a good day, good night, good midnight, good midnight. Be keeping a lookout for videos, uploading them soon. Be safe out there, and make sure not to die.